Hello guys and welcome back to Redwoods, back in my base. So I'm going to show you today some new things that I've been working on as usual, and just down below us I'm standing on something that you haven't seen yet, and you aren't going to see today, but it's a bit of a work in progress at the moment, so I'll keep this for another episode. Getting kind of foggy actually in the redwoods. Oh, look at that beautiful bit of sunshine. Keep that beautiful bit of sunshine on my face. So yeah, just down below me is the new area that I've been working on. So just get out of K mode and I shall show you. So I don't know if you remember, if you'd seen this before. Previously I had this big kind of open area down below. Hopefully the light isn't going to carry on doing that all the way through this video. I think it's just the shade. Yeah, it's just the shade I'm catching. For some reason my camera's doing something with the shade there. So I had, previously had this big open area below, and I was always my intention to do something with it. Wasn't entirely sure what. And and I had just the dinos on patrol down here. So this is just so you know where we are. This is the kitchen. Everything is above me. There's the, if you look over there, there's the tower and the wall coming down the side there. And that wall over there with the gates is just temporary, and that wall over the other side where the tree is all just temporary, and so is this bit down here. So what I've done is I wanted to do something that was a little bit different. I wanted to have something down here. In fact, let's get down there so it doesn't carry on doing this thing with a light. Base plant. It's going to do it from the other side now. Yeah, so I didn't want to have something down here that was just sort of plain, and I hadn't done anything with circles before. So actually, in any base I've ever built. So I thought I would do something with a circle. I don't know why it's doing that. I think it's the shade. I'm going to go down below. So what I decided to do was, just as a challenge really, build out a circle. I did the 16-sided circle, which I'm going to show you. I'm going to try and give you a brief overview of how I did it. There are quite a lot of other videos, and the method that I've got, I've taken from someone else, a guy called Captain Fat Dog, who I think I mentioned in a previous video. He's done lots of circles, like 16-sided, 32-sided. I think he's got a 64-sided method. I've just done the 16 because I've never done them before, and it's turned out quite well, I think. So just to show you up top first, yeah. So I wanted this area. There's a couple of reasons why I built this area, to be honest. I wanted to get a way to get up here, because I'm going to do something with up here. That's pretty much going to be the edge of my base, though, this wall, or whatever the eventual wall ends up being. I wanted an upstairs space. I want somewhere to store the increasing number of dinos that I'm getting. I'm not going to get too many more. I don't want to get too bogged down in getting too many tames, because it's not really what I ever do. So I've stored some under there. And I also just wanted, well, as with everything I build, just a challenge of doing something new. So the real big challenge was the fact that it was a circle I'd never done before, excuse me, but it was also the fact that it was a circle coming up a hill, and that was just an additional challenge to see if I could do it. This one obviously won't be open. This is going to be a gate at some point, but if you can see, just before we kind of look around in this space, there's quite a big gradient there. So to get a circle to come uphill was quite a challenge, and I taught myself something new actually I haven't seen before. I'm pretty sure there will be people that have done it before, but I've not seen it before. And I'm going to show you the method of how I did that. I'm going to show you the method of how I did the circle, and then how I did the getting uphill thing. Hopefully this light flashing is not too annoying. I'm just going to take you down inside. So I did a few details. This is going to be a sort of probably a few dinos up here, a bit of storage, another little bit of storage down there. This is the curse, I think, of living in the redwoods. You get all the shade from the trees, and does have some weird light effects, this map, because it's supposed to not be foggy at the moment, but that is definitely fog. And it is only, it's only 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so it shouldn't be foggy. There shouldn't be this fog, but never mind. We shall persevere. So the other reason I built this structure, I think I'd mentioned in another video before, is that one of the guys really kindly gave me Linnemans, I think, who's just seen in the chat there, gave me a one of the Steampunk power generators, the one with a big trike on it. It's really cool. It's like a comes from the Steampunk mod, and it's basically like a wireless charger, so it charges everything with getting that is such a weird effect. Let's just do that with my gamma, see if that makes it. So yeah, and so he gave it to me, and it's massive, and actually I kind of don't really need it anymore. But the problem is, every time I remove it, or even try and move it, or unlatch the trike from it, the server crashes. And I've done it twice, and I'm not going to do it again because I'll annoy everybody on the server. So I had to build it in. So that big wall there, which I will do some work with and probably change around a bit, is where it's hidden. So I hid it away in there, and it is of some use because obviously it's still generating power for me. But yeah, so it's become a little bit of a pain, to be honest, but worked a way around it. So I built this structure out. You can see that's the central column there that the circle is, and I don't know if you noticed, but I put a little water feature up the top just to give it a bit of interest. Little stairway that I tucked in the side, which I'm really happy about. I didn't really want to take a lot. I wanted obviously a way to get from this lower section up there, but without taking up a load of room. So I think that kind of works. It's just tucked in the hillside, and I had to do a little bit of messing around with, obviously, with the shape of the circle there, to clip a few more platforms and things, foundations in there. Oh, I've got a magic bear. Dive, bear, dive. And then, yeah, so I've just ended up putting, using this as storage. I have no idea why it's so bright down here. It's crazy. Sun effect is doing so. Yeah, little dog house. Got a vulture stuck there, which I'll have to retrieve. Obviously, eventually this is going to be opened out and be a gate. I've just blocked it up because at the moment this is my outer wall. Some of my tames, as I said, that generator is in that wall. You can see it just clipping through. I've got a Ravager missing there. That Ravager covers him over. Yeah. So what the intention is. We just get let's just get a bit of an aerial zip line. The intention is that the circle, I expanded the circle out so far that I will eventually have the wall on all 4 sides. Well, that side at the back there, this side's around the tree, and this side down here, all following the same curvature of the circle. And how I did that was basically I expanded out the fence foundations all the way over on all those sides. So when I eventually come to finish those walls off, this is just temporary up here, I'll be able to follow the curvature. And when you're up the top or flying over, you'll see the shape, that curve of that bit down there with the railing repeated all the way around, which I think would just be kind of aesthetically pleasing. Again, just a little bit of anal attention to detail stuff that I kind of enjoy doing. So yeah, that's the long and the short of it at the moment, and what this area is. And what I'm going to do is oh, hello, Mr. Demorphodon. I'm going to attempt to show you how to make one of these curves, and then I'm also going to attempt to show you how to overcome the problem of getting the curve up the hill or over the top of something. So hopefully, and also I'm not sure if the hopefully the sound is better in this one. Appreciate the comment from Crackers in the video the other day. So if this is better or worse, do please let me know. So I already kind of laid this down, but I'm going to take this all away so I can show you how I did this. Hopefully that doesn't foundations, so I'll have to go back. We might have to go back and craft some more fence foundations. Also have to try and not get distracted by the chat that comes up. So how you start this off is, put that away a second. So you need, oh I have more, hold on, sorry, let me just clear this up. Started the video but never mind. So how you start this off is with a metal pipe, and the reason you're using a metal pipe is just because it's a bit thinner and you can get a bit more accuracy in the next step. So you're going to put this down and not move your mouse at all. You put it down. I haven't moved my mouse. I've clicked the hotkey bar for the fence foundation, and I'm just going to, actually I might have screwed this up, but no, I haven't screwed it up. I just double checked there that I'm putting down a vanilla fence foundation, not an S+1. The S+1 won't work in this process. It doesn't do quite the same angle for some reason. I'm then putting down a vertical pipe, snapping a vertical pipe to the end, and obviously I've got that snapped, and that's the reason why I put down the metal straight pipe in the first place. So then next step, I'm going to snap another fence foundation at a 45-degree angle. Got another one on the end of that. And I'm going to extend my original fence foundation out by 1 as well, straight. Right, and next I need to now take I need to bring these together to the most extreme, so like they're angled like that. So they come in towards each other, not that one, but still coming out, but at the lowest angle. I can't remember if that's acute or obtuse. I never was very good at maths at school. So that's that one. And then I'm doing the same on the other side, but this one I need to flip. So I end up with this little cross shape, and this is the critical bit. I then need to get some railings, 2 railings go in there on those positions. They don't matter if they're S+ or vanilla. And all I'm doing really is creating this little V shape. And that's the reason why I'm saying I've got to ignore the chat, because there's someone's asking me to do something. If this V is not there, you've done something wrong. You've snapped it wrong. So go back and have a look. What this V is giving me is a place to stand. So what I have to do is put my character right in this little V, jam him as far as forward as you can, and then I'm going to take another fence foundation. I'm going to look. I'm using my binos here. Oh, sorry, no, I've got one more step to do. I've forgotten to do. 1 second. So I need to take these out. I need to take those 2 original pillars out. I'm not going to demolish them because I might need them in a second. And the reason why I did that is because, as you might have seen, it snaps. It wants to snap to those. So I'm going to push myself back into position. Oh, I pushed through it there somehow. And I'm going to look using my scope, and my scope has got a dot in the middle of it, which is ideal. And then I'm going to take my fence foundation, and I want to try and get it as close to the end of that as possible, as accurately as possible into the end of it. So it's just clipping into the end. That's critical, that point. So get that right. Go back and do it a few times if you need to. It's critical you get that bit right, otherwise the rest of the circle won't snap correctly. So don't need those anymore, put those away. I'm going to snap the original one back in over there, and I'm going to snap another one in here. So I now have those 3, and I can put another one on if I want to. Don't need any of these anymore. So I can pick those back up again, and that is effectively going to end up being my 16-sided circle. So all I need to do here, get more fence foundations, is that it will give me all of the snaps I need. I can just carry on going all around the circle. This one out, you just go back. Right, so at this stage you're checking to see if it's accurate or not. If it's not accurate, it will be because the placement of that pillar that you did with the with your scope that you've freehanded in. But that looks pretty good to me, and you can check by seeing basically how close they are together. So that's the method for actually doing the circle. To get it up or get it over something, you need to do a couple more tricks, and this is the bit that I had to learn how to do. So as you saw, I snapped a lot of those in just by the fact there was already one there. So let's say I want to get uphill on this side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in, let's see if I've got a ceiling on me. I can do it with a pillar. Okay, I can do it with a pillar. So I want to raise it up. So, and what I need to do therefore is use the vertical offset. Basically, the snap will be vertically offset. So I can put a pillar up, raise it up, and I can raise that up to the height I want to raise it. You can only raise it a maximum. That's one I've got left over from before, I think. You can only raise it a maximum of 2, I found, before you had to repeat the process again. You have to do another step, basically, but it won't do this little offset trick if you have it more than 2. So I have raised this now. Might not actually have enough ceilings there, so just give me a second. I'm just going to run back, craft a couple more ceilings. Just want to make sure I get this right. So I'm just going to run back over. I'm going to craft a couple more ceilings. So see if we can do this in one hit. So I had to do this repeatedly actually up that hill, and it was really kind of tricky and took me a long time to get it right. Partly because I didn't have a lot of space as well, because it was quite a narrow little gully. Obviously it's a lot easier if you're starting on a flat. So what we're really doing here is just putting a false floor down, just to get an extra level. See what that does. And it should, see if it will do it initially. Yeah, see, it snapped straight away, and it snapped it up onto that vertical. So it's vertically offsetting. It's using the same snap point from below, but it's vertically offsetting it up onto the ceiling. You do sometimes get it doing strange things where it kind of wants to go out of alignment and stuff, but I actually remember how many I need to place there. Looks like I've got maybe one more in the middle still. Maybe that is in there. Let's have a look. Yeah, so there we go. So it looks pretty clean to me. And you can actually snap them from up top as well. And then you could, I'm not sure if you can actually carry on. Yeah, so you could actually just carry on. Effectively, that ends up being a fence foundation on top of another fence foundation. Carry on doing that all the way around. I wanted to make another circle up here. So that's what I did, and I effectively ended up walking it up the hill, building another ceiling, a wall up, another ceiling, a wall up, another ceiling, and moving the foundations back. So yeah, so that's it, guys. Hope that makes sense. Let me know if it didn't, or if I missed anything out, or you want me to clarify anything. Just drop me a comment, and I'll answer below. Right, thanks guys. Hope you have a good day. Take care.